First tip, fuel up. I don't know how I missed that with all the tips that I did this weekend. What am I talking about? Well, let me first welcome you. Hello, if you're new, welcome to the family. I'm Elisa Maria, and if you're back, welcome back. And what am I talking about? I did a compilation of all my favorite tips and tricks that I have learned along the way diamond painting, and I stopped at 30. I'm not kidding you. It was that packed. I think I ended up with like 37, but I also have bonus tips and tricks in there. And I got it edited. I got it edited down, I should say. It was like 2.5 hours long, so I had to edit it down, and the only thing I have to do is put the links in, and so you'll be seeing that this week. I was hoping for today, but I edited it down, and then I had to edit again because it was still too long. And then I thought, well, I'll do two videos. I'll split them in two, but they only congeal together if it's stayed as one. Anyway, where are we? Where are we? We're not in Kansas. Not anymore. Let's see. Where am I? I am completing the border of the Kiss by Diamond Painting Shop. This piece of artwork is a reproduction of Klimt's masterpiece, the Kiss. You can take a little peek upside down here. And what I'm doing is I'm doing the border, and sometimes I turn on the video and do a little whip and chat. But I'd like to do the border because this is the heavy confetti area, and I don't want to bore you with that. When we are doing the juicier parts, I'm saving, which is the couple, I'm saving for the actual topics that I'm going to talk about in the series. So there's only a few of these. Let me put these in. How was everyone's weekend? I hope you had a productive weekend. I had a weekend where, you know, I went to Penn Medical and they gave me something to transition out of the boot, and I tried it and I had a lot of pain. Like, I didn't have pain while I was wearing it, which was only like 10 minutes, but I had pain the rest of the night. And I knew that it was too soon, and I know everybody wants me to stand and walk, but, you know, if I'm gotta walk like Frankenstein, you know, just finding his legs, you know, forget it. And, you know, I really didn't have pain, but I wasn't feeling secure and steady. And, you know, I think anytime you have a break, especially with your legs, you kind of like lose your perception and your balance. And that's a whole other, like, that's a whole other thing. And like, I know, because I broke my right ankle. This is the left. This isn't even the ankle. This is the fibula. So I, you know, I know what to expect. I'm trying not to, put this here. I'm trying not to predict, you know, I don't want to manifest those thoughts that I'm going to be like I was the last time, because that wasn't fun at all. Yeah. So what else is going on? So let me tell you, I started last week. I turned on the video recorder and I said, I have to start this video. I have to do it because I'm never doing it. And now's the time, right? The time is always now. Anyway, I turned the video on with the intent that I was going to begin my series of tips and tricks. And I started the video by saying that I was going to, did one fall off? That I was going to have this be a compilation because there were just too many in my head, and that I was just going to turn this certain video on when I was doing something with my diamond painting that I thought, this is a great tip. I want to share it with my followers. I'm going to turn on the video and document this. Well, I ended up sitting for almost 3 hours and I was just rambling one off after another. And I did the whole video in one sit. And I was like, this is great. I did do demos. So I guess that's why I didn't, well, I couldn't. When I saw how long this was, I sat for 3 hours. That's 3 hours of videotape, you know? So I was like, you know, let me edit this down. And when I did, I was like, oh, maybe I could split these in two. But like I said in the beginning, in the opener, it just didn't flow right. If I would have said, here's part 1 and here's part 2. So I kept it as one, and I got it down once to like an hour and 50 minutes. I was like, well, I'm under 2. And then I got it down again to like an hour and maybe 40 minutes. And I was like, no, this still is too long for me. And what I did was, towards the end, where I was thinking of one thing after another, I'm like, there's enough in this one. I'm going to save this for, volume 2, tips and tricks. So I saved part of the video, and I got it down to like under an hour and a half. I think it's like an hour 20. It's jam-packed. It's jam-packed with tips and tricks. And it was my intention to have that drop today. But after I, kept reviewing it and reviewing it and reviewing it, I didn't, that time was allocated for me dropping all the links and doing the thumbnail. And I was like, I'm exhausted. I can't do anymore. So, plus I have another, I have an appointment now with the dentist this week. So I was like, I have to get videotaping so that I don't lose the jump that I've certainly gotten with this broken fibula on my diamond painting. I don't want to be like, oh, I don't have anything filmed. What am I going to, I didn't want to do that. So I got to film it today. And I'll do the links later on this evening. Got a few things to do. I keep saying I feel so bad with my social media that I'm really not on Instagram. It's there, but I think a lot of my Instagram has to do with like the artist way. My restaurants are there. You can actually see my restaurants that I had in New York, if that interests you. And any of the marketing with the store, any of the posts, I did all the marketing. That's all my work. It's fun, it's fun stuff. My time at the ink pad, I told you guys I was a rubber stamper, and I used to work at the ink pad, and I used to teach there. So my time in New York, maybe even my cafe may be in there. Maybe even Petal Bell may be in there. So it's Elisa Maria Designs, of course. And I was perusing my Instagram and my Tumblr. Oh, I used to love Tumblr. I love Tumblr. Tumblr was like just curating your own magazine. My Tumblr is Star Faithful, and that came from a story out of, I think at the time, what was I doing that I landed? And I'm saying the word landed because I think that was Star Faithful's last words. You'll never know where I'm going to land. Star Faithful was like a debutante, and she was a wild one. And she fell off a boat, and she drowned. And I don't know how I came upon her story. I think at the time I was doing a lot of transfers, like on acetate, and I had this beautiful book. Oh God, it was all about the gentleman who took the photos of the Ziegfeld Folly girls and of that era, and this is where Star comes from. And I probably just happened upon her and read her story, and I named my Tumblr Star Faithful. And that Tumblr is just, my own style, what I love. And, the kind of magazine that I would want to read, because it's all about architecture and fashion and style. You know, I loved my Tumblr. I was always on my Tumblr. And, you know, what made Tumblr so successful is that, and I learned this when I had my makeup company, that people don't want to read. A person will land on your website or your blog for about, they'll stay like a total of like 3 seconds. If they have to start reading, they click off. They want to look at pictures. And that's what made Tumblr so successful, was the pictures. I'm switching off here. What do I want? What do I want? Do I want you? Are you locked and loaded? Oh, let's see. So I was going over to my Instagram, and I was looking at my Instagram, and I was, you know, reliving all the art that I was doing at that time. I think I was at Fleischer's here in Philadelphia, and I think that I was doing a lot of painting, and I miss my painting. I do. I miss painting. I miss the exercise of painting and the exercise that it brings to my hand. I love to draw. I love to doodle. I'm certified in Zentangle, where I got certified. I went out to Providence, Rhode Island, and took the classes, which was like 4 days, and it was amazing. And, you know, again, it's a meditative art that I see creeping into my diamond painting. I see a lot of the principles of Zentangle showing up in my diamond painting, especially when I do Self-Care Sunday. I see a lot of those principles happening where I, let me take this out, where I'm like, this is a good principle to bring in here. It works for diamond painting also. So I do Zentangle, and I miss those hand exercises is what I miss. And I like, you know, just having something, another perspective. And isn't that what my Self-Care Sunday was about anyway? Another perspective when it comes to art. I'm using my diamond painting ruler here. I love this ruler. I haven't had a round diamond painting in a while, but I did get this, and I was able to place it down and place my round diamonds very neatly. Now, if I was doing a meditative moment with diamond painting, which is something else I think that I don't talk about enough on my channel, is how we can use diamond painting as a meditative art and how we can use it as a meditative practice. I really think I don't talk about that enough, where, you know, this is your time, however you want to curate it, however you want to spend this time. It could be with an audio book. That's something that I thought about doing this morning, is listening to one of my audiobooks. If I had a painting video under my belt, I probably would have. But I think that if you can begin to mindfully diamond paint, you know, where you're very deliberate in picking up your drills, very deliberate in how they are organized in your tray neatly. And, you know, maybe picking up one at a time and just really being in the moment of focusing on the drill box, on your canvas, and placing your drills down, picking them up gently, placing them down gently, especially if you're using putty. It could, the repetitive movement becomes where you begin to fall into that meditative state from the repetitive movement and being so in tune to the activity. So what else did I find on my Instagram? Yeah, I think that's about it. And I feel bad that I just like kind of disappeared. A lot of my friends are on Instagram. But there's always that, I mean, my friends have always known me to be very artsy and teach and stuff. And I don't think it's that, I don't know. I don't know. I think that this is maybe just something that's for me. You know, it's just for me. I don't have to share it with anybody, even though, you know, a lot of my friends and family are on there, and, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I think that this is just my private time away from all that, you know? I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling my way through it as I'm talking about it right now. So that's interesting. It's always interesting, the things that come up when I'm diamond painting and when I'm thinking out loud like I am now, and when I am writing. My major breakthroughs come through when I am writing, and I always keep that phrase, that quote, very close to my heart. I don't know what I'm thinking until I read what I write. Always is so, so true for me. So true. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking until I read it. Then it's like, oh, I know where that's coming from. I know why I wrote about that. So it's just a journey to the soul. And that's a class that I used to teach in New York. I used to teach collage. And the easiest way for you to understand collage is to understand yourself. And I devised this class called Journey to the Soul using collage. And how you can create collage work from that journey. I have a bunch of pens out, as I usually do. I usually don't have them out when I'm filming. I guess now with the filming, instead of trying to curate a video, I am being authentic to the way that I diamond paint when the videos are not on, right? When I'm not recording. I really should have loaded up a new piece of putty in here, because I can tell that, you know, that little lip on the metal edge, I can feel it, and it's making me a little crazy right now. So I'm just going to take out my putty, and just the way you would wax. I just press down into it and give it a little turn, and we're loaded. And it'll stay for a while. I wonder which one this one is. It smells like peppermint. I think I have two in here for some reason. The other one that I was using was, oh gosh, and I loved it too. Oh, Snow Day. But it was 80 degrees yesterday here in Philly. And I was like, okay, you need to get put away. You didn't need to, but I was like, oh, maybe I'll do Marshmallow Fireside. That reminded me of camp. So, summer days in camp. Now I have one that's deformed here. Let me just pull him out. What else did I do this weekend? Let me check my notes. What did I do? What did I write about this morning? Well, I told you about my 37 tips and 4 bonuses. I have to upload the links. Oh, unboxings. Unboxings. I need more coffee for that one. So unboxings, what do I have? I'm waiting for one to come from Diamond Dots. And I have one in my closet that I totally forgot about. Can you believe that I totally forgot about a diamond painting? Lizette, put your fingers in your ears. That's Lizette from Craft and Tells, who I watch. I love her stash Sundays that she does. Stash Count Sundays. That's a tongue twister. Stash Count Sundays. And so Lizette, if you don't know who she is, she's in Europe, and she took time off to say, I am not buying any more diamond paintings. I'm going to diamond paint what I have, and I think it took her 2 years. And now from that experience, and these are people that I love to watch, you know, they are telling a story from their own experience. she devised not only a plan, but a system called Stash Count Sundays and Stash Count System. And she's holding herself accountable, and she's sharing it with you so that you can hold yourself accountable also. So I had this painting in my closet. I know she would be like, her mouth would just drop open right now. You forgot you had a diamond painting. I did. So it's a Dreamer Design diamond painting. I will be unboxing that. And it's summery. Definitely. I think it's summery. It doesn't have to be. It could be anything you want. But for me, it says summer. I have that. And I have one from Diamond Dots coming. And I have not done a Diamond Dots. My first major diamond painting was I believe a Diamond Dots. I'm going to have to go back into the files. I decided after doing 2 very bite-sized diamond paintings that I was going to join in. I didn't know that I was going to join in. I really didn't. I thought, you're getting way ahead of yourself, Elisa. You're so morally ambitious, and you really think that you're going to do Summer with the Masters. And here I was in a Michael's, and there was Diamond Dots on sale, which all makes sense now because everything has been flushed out of Michael's. And it was Van Gogh's Irises, and it was $25, and they were going to honor the $5 coupon. This was a $75 kit that I got for $20. And I said, I guess you're doing Summer with the Masters. I guess you're going to do it because here it is in front of you. And John said to me, I knew every day when I left for work where you were going to be, and every day where I came home, I knew I was going to find you. You were just on top of that painting. I went into like, oh gosh, a diamond painting. Just it never stopped. Never stopped. Somebody should have been filming me. And I really thought that after that I was going to do a Muka because I got really brazen. I was like, oh, okay. I can diamond paint. This canvas isn't going to intimidate me that it's so big and so many colors. And so I went and ordered my Muka and thought I was going to do 2 diamond paintings for Summer with the Masters, which you can do this time around. Let's just throw this in here while we're talking about it. Summer with the Masters this year, which is hosted by Katie at Diamonds and Washi and Anthony at Single and Placing. It could be an old start. It could be a new start. I think that's new. I think your starts always had to be new, unless I'm confusing it with another event that I participated in. So, and you know, you'll watch their videos, which they are going to alternate taping. So you'll watch their videos and you'll be given, you know, something during the video. I think it's like a clue word that you put in the comments, or you have to comment with that word, and that will enter you into prizes that diamond painting distributors put out for you to win. And this year, it's not going to be gift baskets, which is so smart. It's going to be all electronic gift cards. So I'm throwing that in there. And so if you have something that you started that qualifies as an old master, anything 1929, I believe it is. Don't quote me. It might be 28, 29. Check Anthony, check Katie. You can just take that old painting out and be like, hey, I was going to keep my Muka for the following year, and I didn't. I ended up doing it. It was the moon. But, you know, that's what I did. That was my first big diamond painting, was Van Gogh's Irises, and I haven't done a Diamond Dots since. And I thought, well, it's about time. And so that'll be coming this week. The Dreamer Design will be coming this week. And the next installment of the Klimt Masterclass will be coming this week. And I think that I want to focus on his breakaway from the old world thinking and when he opened up the Secession. That's what I think I'm going to be talking about, because this time in his life, and I would be very curious, though I don't know that I would be able to find any information on this. Reminds me of the Barnes Museum here in Philadelphia, and the way that Barnes himself curated how he wanted his museum to look. I think he took a page from Klimt. Very interesting. Another piece of the puzzle falls into place, right? Interesting when you can be on one journey and you find an answer that might be from a different journey. John and I love the Barnes Museum. It's become our New Year's Day activity that we do. We go over to the Barnes, though he has been saying that he wants to go to the art museum. We haven't been there. Our art museum is enormous. You really are going there, you know, to see something in particular, because you'll just get lost. You know, they really should sell you tickets that are good for like a week when you buy tickets to the art museum. So there's that. And he also wants to tour the Penn Medical Museum, which I think my son did. And that's very interesting also, being that I was up at Penn and we passed by the museum, but I wasn't going anywhere. I was busy hobbling around. So I have that coming up this week. And I will tell you, I love using this light board. I pulled it out. You know, I had put it away, and I think I had taken it out when I was doing Van Gogh's irises. No, I didn't. I'll tell you when I took this out. This was before I knew anything about Diamond Art Club. I was just diamond painting, a diamond painting that I seen on a Temu site. Didn't know anything that this was. I didn't know that diamond painting was as big as a craft as it was. And I think a lot of people still don't know it's as big as it is. And I don't even know. I mean, probably my own desire, you know, for more knowledge on diamond painting. Maybe looking around for something other than what I found on Temu, which was a pair of angel wings and a puppy, a Yorkie, that looked like my Yorkie. And I wanted to do that diamond painting, you know, in memory of him. But it's still so difficult to even look at because it looks so much like him. Anyway, you know, those canvases, they're, you know, yeah. Are you getting them cheap? Yeah. Are they crappy? Yeah. Do the drills stink? Yeah. So it was a whole new world when I found that this was like a major craft, and that the heavy hitter in this category was Diamond Dots and Diamond Art Club. I couldn't wait to get my first Diamond Art Club. I am telling you, I was over the moon. Crazy. As you will, if you know me, then you know what I'm talking about. That video is my most successful video, diamond painting. It was the unboxing. Oh my gosh. What are we doing here? This is the last color in this block. And so it's all carved out for you, you know. You just have to place your drills in, but sometimes, you know, they get sticky. I am very eager to start Summer with the Masters. It doesn't start until June. So you have time. You have time to go and look for a diamond painting, to even have one made for you. I don't know if you do. I shouldn't say that. I don't know, because I wouldn't even know where to get a custom diamond painting. That's something that I have not done yet. I haven't done a custom diamond painting yet. And there's still a few diamond painting companies that I haven't explored yet. Like I see people do a lot of Jaded Gem Shop, and they're very happy with that. I need to try that one. That's the first one that comes to mind for me. Any other ones? No. Even when I was looking at Lizette yesterday and her stash, she was making herself accountable for anything that she bought that week. And she was over the moon because I think she said in Europe they don't really have de-stash groups, but she found one. And she's like, I found a unicorn. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch. And I'm laughing. You don't even know the punchline yet. And she unveils her painting. She's like, I cannot believe I never looked for anything to be destashed. I won't spend a lot of money because there are people that are buying, you know, best-selling diamond paintings and they're holding on to them and they're asking mega money for them, you know. And she's like, no, I won't do that, no matter how much I love something. But she found a unicorn. She found a painting. It was a landscape. And Lizette loves these big, big diamond paintings. She's in the middle of a Josephine wall. I don't know how she has time to do anything, but she does. She does. And, you know, I guess, you know, I really wish that she would do a time. I think that she would be excellent with that because she's not only buying and she has her system and she's holding herself accountable, but she has big diamond paintings that she's doing. And maybe she could do because I am like this. I am very stingy with my time. I've learned in my life that I will not do anything that I don't want to do anymore. My time is too precious to me. You know, maybe it came with retirement, you know, and I was pushed into retirement from the pandemic. But, you know, I just won't waste my time. If it's not moving me, I'm not doing it. I feel like that girl, what's her name? The one that folds everything. Marie, I want to say Kondo. I don't know, but I don't think that that's right. The one, the Japanese, is she Japanese? I know she's Asian. And she's like, if it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. Well, that's me. If you're asking me, do you want to do something, go somewhere? If it ain't bringing me joy, you can go yourself. I ain't going. I have too many things I enjoy doing. And my mind would always be on, I could be doing this. And you know what? You know, I'm having another aha moment here. We're like that when we're at work. Right? I can't wait to get home. I want to, you know, do my diamond painting. I can't wait to get home. I want to paint. I can't wait to get home. I want to watch this TV series. I can't wait to get home. Well, now I'm home. And I'm doing all the things that I want to do. All the things that bring me joy. So I think that she's very efficient. I can tell by the paintings that she does that she's very efficient. Very efficient. You have to be. You have to be. What number am I on? Let's see. That split second talking, I got confused. All right, I'm on those 3. So, you know, she was, did I tell you that she said she found a unicorn? And I was hanging in for the unicorn when she unveiled it. It was a landscape. And I was like, that's not a unicorn. I think I'm going crazy at times. I'm such a ditz at times. It took me like a full 10 seconds to realize, oh, a unicorn. Like something that was hard to find. Good for you. Yeah. Yeah, I had that moment watching my shows that I watch, which are all on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of curators here on YouTube, people that are curating their own channel. So you have to check her out. She's a lot of fun. Tell her I said hello, and I'm as ditzy as ever. What else did I watch this weekend while we're talking about that? I watched. Well, I always have on, when I go to bed, any of my black screen, sleep with a black screen, like music that's maybe a waterfall or meditation music or healing of some sort. I do have that on. I wake up to that too. And I do find that whatever the music does put me to sleep. Okay, so I watched that. I'm doing a Dreamer Design unboxing, and I watched Koris over at the Diamond Daughter do her kit review on Never Leave Home. Now, I will tell you, I love Kurtis Rykovich. It's a very avant-garde style that he has. However, this is one, like I did lilac and I did crimson. This is a style that I probably would not have bought, but now, and this is the, this is the whole thing with these kit reviews. This is the beauty of them. When Koris did this kit review, I was like, wow, that is pink. Her hair is pink. The background's pink. There's different shades of pink going all throughout this. Her lipstick, everything is pink, 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 pink. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of pink. However, when Koris broke it down, and she said, well, she almost had a breakdown when she was doing the confetti part of her dress. And that this is something that I think is a signature with Kurtis Rykovich. The dresses on his whimsical girls, I'll call them, that he creates, their dresses are like couture, and she was like, I almost went nuts, doing this dress. It was so much confetti. And she was just like, you could see she was reliving that whole moment over again. And I'm like, I hear you, girl. He knows how to do that. And she's like, and the drills are like subtle shading, but that's what gives them the dimension and the depth. And when she pulled back on this painting and you saw the dress, let me tell you something. I would have bought that painting just for the dress. The dress was stunning, but it was a lot of pink. I would have let somebody else do it. I wish I had somebody that wanted to diamond paint. I would have been like, I'll do the dress. You could do all this pink. So I watched that. And that's what reminded me that I had a Kurtis Rykovich in the closet. And I was like, wait a minute. I gotta do that unboxing yet. And then, like, do I just watch diamond painting? No, let me see. Oh, I love this girl that I found. Like, I told you in the beginning of the video that I'm missing my painting. I'm making a mess over here. What am I doing? I'm trying to drag this out. Her name is Denise Love, and she does abstract and intuitive painting, and like that's right up my alley. Any of you that have been here long enough know that's you. And she does abstract, I'm taking a break here, and intuitive painting. And she'll sit down and she'll take a piece of cotton paper that she's going to paint on, and she will pick this color palette out. And I believe in one of my recent videos, I showed you how I sometimes use different elements to choose my palette. And I was using Starbucks coffee cards that they had at one time that they used to attach to their coffee. That was a really beautiful card that had where the coffee was from, the region. And they were collector cards, but they were so well done that I was like, oh, here we go. I have a palette already made for me. I don't have to worry about doing a palette. But Denise will pull these colors out and she will just start laying paint. And you're like, what is this girl doing? She's making a mess. She's not making a mess. She does this abstract painting. She does markings, much like Klimt in his earlier work. When he was doing like, I believe it's in the Berg Theater that he did his paintings on the ceiling of like theater and plays and novels, mythology. All those paintings are on the ceiling of the Berg Theater. And a lot of his paintings start out as sketches, and then there's like paint and glazes and impasto, and she does similar, right? So she does this intuitive sketching, much like Zentangle. That's how we start, with an intuitive sketch. And then she starts to do markings, and then she lays her paint, and then she goes back over with like a spatula to make markings in the paint. And then she'll even do more sketching on top, very faint sketching. Like, this is like my wheelhouse when it comes to paint. I love it. And I watched her, and she did a painting. I was like, what is she doing with all this gray? It's a soft painting. It's ishy. But she didn't start out that way. She started out with this strong brown, very clear, right? The context is clear when it's bold and bright and it's not blended. She started out with this strong, deep, dark mahogany chocolate brown. And I guess it would be a cool color. I guess that color would be a cool brown. Would it be cool? Not really warm. There was no red or gold in it. No. So it was a cool, she did stay in the color palette. And she started there, and then she went to like this gray. And she was mixing it with gesso. And then from there, she went to we're having our coffee chat right now. She went to a blue. And from the blue, she went to like this corally gray. And I just wasn't loving it. When she was done, I was like, that's stunning. How'd she do that? I loved it. It was so cool. I loved it. So I love her. All right. One more sip of coffee, and then we'll get back to filling in the last of this square. America runs on Dunkin'. There you go, Dunkin'. There's your plug. What else did I watch this weekend? I don't think I watched any of my Suits. My husband's got me involved with Suits, and every time I watch it, I'm laughing to myself because he didn't know who Meghan Markle was. He was like, who's Meghan Markle? I'm like, she's married to Prince Harry. He's like, really? What girl is it? He thought it was Donna, the redhead. I'm like, no, it's Rachel. Yes. Unaware of these things. Oh, what else did I watch? What else did I watch this weekend on my YouTube? Oh, let me just tell you, I don't even know how I found this little girl. I'm not much on the beauty sites. Like, sometimes they pop up, but this little girl and her mom is, I think her name is Shoppe, S-H-A-B, and the little girl is Kassie, and they are a dynamic duo. And this little girl must have been born with lipstick in her hand, because she has a natural talent to makeup. And her mother is so wonderfully supportive of this child. Now, do I think she's too young to be wearing makeup? Absolutely. I don't know that I would allow my child to wear that much makeup, but this kid, like, we don't know this kid, and you could tell the mom is just, she was doing this makeup on her mother. Like, if a kid said, let me do your makeup, and you would sit there and be like, yeah, okay, and you would walk out like a paint by number. This kid is amazing for her age, and she's so adorable, and the relationship that she has with her mother is just so heartwarming and beautiful, and I love watching this little girl shine and bloom from the joy that she gets from life and doing what she loves. So it kind of makes me say, maybe if she was my daughter, I would let her wear all that makeup. But she, you know, she puts a lot on her face, but when she's done, she's like, she's totally blended. She's a master. She's a Michelangelo with a makeup brush. She's just a beautiful kid. And then on the other end of the spectrum, I don't know what this woman's YouTube channel is, because it's RXSTR Mom. Maybe it's like prescription STR Mom. I don't know, but she's 80 years old. 80. So I went from this little kid to an 80-year-old, right? And she puts her makeup on. She's out there with the elf putty and the eyelashes, and I think it's so wonderful to, because women in the modeling industry, you know, they're told at a certain age you're a has-been, you're done. And today, it's such a beautiful thing to see, that we just don't have that today. There's something for everyone. And if you are in her demographic and you want to learn how to do what she does a wonderful job. Wonderful job. I was watching her last night. She was talking about her dog Biscuit and her husband Jim. And she was putting her makeup on. And when she was done, I was like, look at her. Oh my God. Stunning. She's beautiful. She looked like she was 60. She didn't look like she was 80. She looked gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous woman. And talking about gorgeous women, another girl that I watch, her name is Mina. I don't know where this girl came from. I don't know what she did. I don't know if she was a model. I don't know who she is. I know nothing about her. Mina, M-I-N-A. I'm sure if you just put that in, you're going to get her. She is a stunning woman. She reminds me of Picasso's daughter with that dark black hair. She's got the hugest, gorgeous, drown in big brown eyes mascara that she highlights with mascara. She's a mother and a wife, I know that, but she is stunning, and she does a lot of shorts, so you know, you could just check her out on her shorts. She's beautiful, beautiful. So all right, so that's my beauty stuff. Who else did I watch? We did The Sleep, we did Kassie, we did Mom. Oh, this other guy that does shorts, his name is Richard Sales Official. He will have you peeing yourself. He watches these videos and he's like, okay, what's that? What are you doing? What's that? What's that? Oh, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Oh my God. Oh my God. And then he falls in love, whatever it is that he's watching, like a product review. And he's like, here you go. Take all my money. Take it. Just take it. But he's so funny. He reviews product reviews. And he's just, he's a doll. He's so funny. It's his delivery. He's very, very dry. That's what I want to say there. And did I watch anything else in my YouTube coma that I go in? I don't think so. I can't remember. I usually have music on, and I think I'm going to stop that with my own videos, because my Android phone has such an awesome microphone. It picks up so much noise. I was listening to, I think it was like the last one, and I didn't make any mention of it, but it was Foofy in the background. Now, Foofy is like 28 pounds. You know, him running through the house is like water buffalo. And I was like, oh my God, all I hear is Foofy running in the background. And he's running on a carpet. It's not like he's, you know, just running crazy. He was running on a carpet. But all I heard was Foofy in the background. And so, and then I think the music is starting to become an intrusion. And it's not the way that I want to curate my channel with music. I have to learn how to curate my channel so that when I'm not speaking and I'm just diamond painting, that you all have some decent music, not like elevator music, but decent music to listen to. Can't seem to grab just one little, this, you know why? Because this always makes me nervous whenever these cases are open. It makes me a nervous wreck. Nervous. Oh, I missed one here too. I was going to say done. My son is picking me up. He's taking his crippled mother out to lunch. I'm like, my mother-in-law used to say to my husband, this was before we were married. My husband's mother died before we were married. And she used to say to him, you're not going to make an invalid out of me, Johnny. And that's all I hear is my Ree saying, you're not going to make an invalid out of me, Johnny. We had so much fun with his mother. And it was such a gift that I got to spend time with her before she passed. And we did nothing but laugh. And my husband is like, because she used to say to me, are you really going to marry him? Are you really going to marry him? You're going to marry him, right? Are you really going to marry him? I'd be like, yeah, I think I put these on top of the plastic. I'd be like, yes, Ree, I'm really going to marry him. Promise me you're going to marry him. So she didn't see us get married. I mean, we were, you know, newly dating, and I knew that I was going to marry him, but, you know, you never know. He was a confirmed bachelor, my husband. He was 57 when he got married. But I miss her. I miss her. And my husband wanted to take me out. He wanted to lift my spirits, and he wanted to take me out for my favorite food, which is crabs. He doesn't like them. He can't stand it. He hates all that picking, and, you know, he hates all that. But he was going to take me, and he's like, you, and my son came over, and I was like, Josh, I think the last time that I really sat and ate crabs, well, I did with my husband when we went to Atlantic Beach, but my son came over and said, Josh, do you remember when you and I went to Maryland? Well, I was in Maryland. He came out and surprised me, my son. And I said, you and I went and sat by the water, and we ate crabs. And he's like, yeah, and my husband always says it. He's like, you and my mother, I wish we could have seen that. I wish I could have seen you and my mother just sit and enjoy crabs. He's like, the two of you would have been in the kitchen for hours picking every last bit of meat out of the crab. And we would have, because that's my Ree. I miss her. I miss her a lot. Anyway, I thank you for, you know, spending this time with me and listen to me babble on about what I did this weekend while I was confined to my chair. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I just got to be patient and take my time. It's temporary, and that's something for you. Also, no matter what you're going through, just know that you're still growing. Even if you're confined to the chair like me, you're still growing. I read this in my Mark Nepo book when I was doing one of my daily meditations, and it was a meditation too. He does all these meditations, walking meditations, and this one was a meditation that you could do with a plant. And so how wonderful that it's spring, that you take a plant and you just watch it during the week, and know that your plant is always moving towards the light. It's always growing, even though you don't see it physically move in the increments that it's moving. But if you be mindful of it and look at it every day, and you'll see that it's always moving towards the light. Like you are always moving towards the light. And that's what I tell myself. Everything is temporary. It's temporary. Everything, I'm still changing. I'm still growing. Even if I'm in one spot. Isn't that something? How does that saying go? Bloom where you were planted. And I'm planted at my diamond painting desk. Enjoy your crafting today, whatever it is that you decide to do. Thank you for sharing some coffee with me. Create the world that you want to live in. I am doing that for myself, and I'm doing it for you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.